Welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at who will win the NFC North in 2021. But before getting into that topic, question for those of you viewing: who is the all-time rushing leader in touchdowns in Green Bay Packers franchise history? If you know the answer, comment it down below. If you do not, I will reveal the answer at the end. But getting into this topic, NFC North is a relatively tough division with the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, and of course Detroit Lions. And looking at who will win, I'm going to break it down. Looking at the quarterback position, I definitely think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in that division. He might be the best quarterback in football right now. Kirk Cousins comes in at number 2 in that division at the quarterback position. Number 3 goes to the underwhelming Jared Goff, and number 4, goes to Andy Dalton with the now Chicago Bears. Looking at the run game, Dalvin Cook I definitely think is the best running back in that division, but close behind him, really close, is Aaron Jones in the Green Bay Packers, who they just re-signed for a 4-year, $48 million deal. Great move by the Packers and Aaron Jones. Number 3 would go to David Montgomery with the Chicago Bears, in my opinion. Then number 4, DeAndre Swift with the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions have not had a good run game in the past decade or so. They really have never had a great run game since Barry Sanders, it seems like, but that is why they deserve the 4th spot on this list in run game. Looking at the receiving core, this was a tough one and very close one, but Davante Adams is arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL, and that is a big reason why I'm going to have to give the Packers the top receiving core in this division. It's not even Davante Adams. He has some good role players accompanied by him with Allen Lazard, Marquise Valdes-Scantling, and the Packers re-signed their big red zone target, tight end Robert Tonyan, who is a pretty favorite target of Aaron Rodgers. So between Tonyan and Adams, you got a lethal duo in its own. Then you got some good guys in Lazard and Marquise Valdes-Scantling behind those two. Number 2, who is right behind them, is the Minnesota Vikings with Justin Jefferson. Definitely the best wide receiver in his rookie draft class past year in 2020. Then you got Adam Thielen, great hands, great veteran, great route running, and then Irv Smith in the tight end is a young tight end for the Vikings that is emerging and getting better. They did release Kyle Rudolph, but like I just said, Irv Smith is there to replace him and is doing better than Rudolph did production-wise. Number 3 would have to go to Allen Robinson and the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears franchise tag Allen Robinson. It was unfortunate to see that. I was hoping to see him go elsewhere, but he is now back in Chicago with Anthony Miller, Darnell Mooney, and of course, old man Jimmy Graham. Then 4th place is going to go to the Detroit Lions, TJ Hawkinson, Brashad Perriman, and Tyrell Williams. If you guys haven't caught on, I have the Detroit Lions definitely finishing last in this division. On offense, they're definitely at the bottom or towards the bottom in almost every category. Offensive line. Packers were one of the best offensive lines last year with David Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, and Corey Linsley. However, Corey Linsley is now leaving and heading to the LA Chargers. David Bakhtiari is coming off an injury. I'm going to be curious how to see that offensive line goes in this upcoming year. And really the rest of the division isn't any top tier line. It's not even, it's a couple are bottom tier. I mean, the Vikings was not great last year, especially with the immobile Kirk Cousins, but overall none of the offensive lines in this division are really talkative worthy except for the Packers, because they are one of the top ones last year, top 3, but now a couple things are changing. Looking at the offense as a whole, Packers got the best receiving core, the best quarterback, and in some eyes maybe the best running back. To me, he's the second best running back because I'm a big fan of Dalvin Cook, but they're set on offense heading into this 2021 season and definitely having the edge over every other team. But there are 2 sides of the football, and defense is definitely going to play a category here. Bears, to me, definitely have the number 1 defense in this division. However, losing their defensive coordinator, Chuck Pagano, I think that will be hurting them a lot, just because he's had success in Indianapolis and he's had success bringing Chicago Bears to a good defense. I liked him as a coach there, maybe not as a head coach in general, but I did think he fit the Bears. He suited the Bears well, and I'm now curious to see how they do without him, especially with Matt Nagy, the head coach of the Bears, being on the hot seat. It's going to be risky this year just to try and assure the keeping of his job, and that could cost the defense looking bad. But on paper, this defense is absolutely stacked with Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Quan Smith, Danny Trevathan, Robert Quinn, Eddie Jackson, and they just signed Desmond Trufant, free agent, to the cornerback position. So on paper, that is definitely one of the best defenses in the NFL. A couple of those guys are passer past their primes in their career, but they're still on paper the best defensive line or the best defense in the division and one of the best ones in the NFL in general. Number 2 would have to go to the Minnesota Vikings just because Mike Zimmer, their head coach, is very defensive minded. Not a big fan of him, but he has put together a pretty good defense. You got Daniel Hunter, you got Dalvin Tomlinson, you got Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, Harrison Smith, and the big accusation this year was, of course, Patrick Peterson heading over to the Minnesota Vikings. Used to be one of the top corners in the league in his prime, and is still a highly respected corner today for sure. Not the top 3 corner he used to be, but like I said, very well respected, and he's great at position and is a great addition for this Minnesota Vikings team. And I think with Mike Zimmer coaching them and is very defensive minded, I will put them at number 2. And the Packers defense is not bad by any means, but when they are in this tough division with the Bears and the Vikings, who are 2 very defensive teams that are well rounded, they are 3 on this list. But overall, the Packers defense is not bad by any means. But on that team, you got Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, both in the front 7, trying to create that pass rush, and then in the secondary, you got Jair Alexander, one of the top corners in the league right now, and Darnell Savage at the safety position. Kevin King was a free agent this year. I'm curious to see where he will go, but right now he is not with the Packers. And then coming in at 4th place, Detroit Lions. 4th place for defense is going to be the Detroit Lions. They are just not good all around, to be honest, in my opinion. But they do have some guys on the defense that, I mean, we know their names. We know they have talent. We know they had talent. You got Trey Flowers, Jamie Collins, C.J. Moore, Romeo Okwara, and Jeff Okudah. However, a lot of those guys are either way past their primes and at the end of their careers, or really never lived up to what we thought. I mean, Jeff Okudah, the supposedly number 1 corner on the Lions, was picked number 4 overall last year. You would have hoped he had a lot of talent and potential, and he just really, he's not garbage, but he's definitely not living up to the 4th overall pick potential by any means. So we're going to see the Lions try and get a little more out of him, but those rest of those guys are really passer primes 100%. So overall, and then I guess I can add in coaching staff, but that's definitely going to go LaFleur with the Packers, Zimmer with the Vikings, Matt Nagy with the Bears, and then Dan Campbell with the Lions. And even that's close because I haven't seen Dan Campbell coach. Matt Nagy's career's on the line, so we're going to have to see. But overall, I definitely have the Packers in 1st place. It's just, you have the best quarterback in the division, you have arguably the best running back in the division, you have the best receiving core in the division, and you have a very well-rounded defense that could use an extra piece but is not struggling, is not in desperate needs by any means, and is very well coached. However, I'm curious to see how the offensive line will work after some injuries and after some losses, and if Matt LaFleur's and Aaron Rodgers' relationship is actually hindered after that NFC Championship game. Number 2, coming in 2nd place in that division, I do think will be the Minnesota Vikings, and I seriously think this Minnesota Vikings team could slip in as a wild card spot in the NFC playoff picture, but we will have to see. A lot of it will come down to how injuries go. That's really what held them back last year. That defense was completely banged up all around from the front 7 through the secondary, but now with the healthy team, great linebacker duo and Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, a brand new addition to the secondary with Patrick Peterson, and a well-rounded Kirk Cousins. I'm a pretty big fan of him, and then a great running back in Dalvin Cook, probably the best running back in that division to me, and then an emerging Justin Jefferson. I just think this team doesn't have a lot of holes, and if they do, they could definitely fix it in the upcoming draft. I believe they have like the 15th overall pick. Get an extra edge rusher, get an extra receiver, get an extra lineman, and this draft will definitely help out the Vikings with depth to prevent injuries, and even if they get them, they will have a lot of depth to hopefully fix it. I definitely think this is a wild card team, but I'm not going to bet on Kirk Cousins, who has no prime time luck to overcome Aaron Rodgers in that division just yet. Number 3, Chicago Bears. Like I said, I love their defense and I love Allen Robinson, but Matt Nagy is on the hot seat. He's going to be risky. The GM is on the hot seat, and Andy Dalton is their starting quarterback. I don't care who is on that team. I don't care if you have the Pro Bowl team on that team. If Andy Dalton is leading them, I'm not going to expect him to take down Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to win that division. And then in last place, Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. Not too hard to understand. I think a lot of people think, the Detroit Lions went from a top 12 quarterback in Matthew Stafford to a bottom 12 quarterback in Jared Goff. I don't have faith in Goff. I mean, he went 10-6 last year with the Rams, yes, but now he has a Sean McVay to a Dan Campbell coaching transition. He's going to one of the best receiving cores to one of the worst receiving cores. I mean, the Lions this year, they lost Danny Amendola, Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr., and now all they got is TJ Hawkinson for the most part. So Jared Goff has no receiving core. His offensive line isn't, the worst offensive line in the league, but compared to the Rams, who's like a top 5 offensive line, that's going to hurt Goff. And then on defense, we know the Rams have the number 1 defense, and the Lions' defense is nothing to talk about. Jared Goff led a phenomenal team to 10-6. He's going to lead a garbage team to maybe 6-10 if you're lucky. I think Jared Goff will lead them to a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. I have no faith in him in the Lions, unfortunately, this year, but we will have to see. Like I said, the NFL draft is yet to come, and NFL free agency is still going on, so anything can change, any trade can happen. We will have to see, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who will win the NFC North? I got the Packers winning the NFC North, being a high-seeded playoff team, but I don't think the Vikings will miss the playoffs. I like them to make it this year. I think they're very well-rounded. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and for the question for those of you viewing, the Packers' all-time rushing leader in touchdowns is, of course, Jim Taylor. Thanks for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.